Hi. Uh, Thank you for clicking on this video. This is probably the sixth take that I'm recording since the previous ones were really bad when it comes to audio issues. Till the time that I'm able to save enough money for a tripod and a wireless mic, this will have to do, I suppose. Yeah. Anyways, I've been told that the first minute is quite important for viewer attention, so I'll introduce myself. I'm Kshitij. I'm a 21-year-old electronics and telecommunications engineering graduate. I graduated in 2025, a couple of months ago, from a college called Pimpri Chinchwad College of Engineering in Pune. मत लेना, अगर कुछ नहीं मिल रहा है तो लास्ट ऑप्शन ले लो. पता नहीं कट ऑफ इतने क्यों हाई है उसके, बट ठीक है, वो अलग कहानी है भाई वो. राइट, आई एम ओरिजिनली फ्रॉम मुंबई. I have been working since the completion of my sixth semester. So basically, I did not attend a single day of my final year in my college. Instead, I worked an internship, which was a 12-month long internship, which is also the topic of this video, or I should rather say, how did I get picked for the internship is the topic of the video. Right, so getting straight to the topic, I don't want to waste any more of your time. The whole process of the interviews and completion of the interviews, it started in my sixth semester. What happened is, there was this German MnC, which is an automobile company. They had a requirement of someone who is proficient in operating system fundamentals, in computer architecture, in microcontroller and microprocessor programming, and someone who basically understands embedded software at the lowest of low levels, at the bare metal level, or as the professionals call it, the register level. So they had a requirement for this type of candidate. They wanted to hire an intern. They originally wanted someone for 6 months, 6 months to lead their projects and bring some fresh ideas. And you know how internships goes, right? So what happened was, they contacted a faculty at my college who is a PhD in embedded software and embedded systems. She's a really knowledgeable lady and a great teacher as well, I might add. Right, so they contacted the faculty and asked her that, hey, we have this requirement. We know that you are a faculty of embedded systems and embedded software. Do you have some profiles that we can potentially look to hire? And I believe they have had some sort of relationship in the previous years, in the previous semesters and previous batches as well. So that was good. I was taking a class that was being taught by this faculty. It was an elective subject called as real-time operating systems. It was one of the few classes that I've actually attended in my college career. That's a whole another story, right? So the faculty says, fine, fair enough. I'm teaching a class in third year and another class in final year as well. So would you be interested in receiving profiles for both of these students? And the company was like, yeah, fair enough, just send them in. Cool. So a couple days go on and the faculty announces in one of her lectures, which I coincidentally was attending, surprise, I know, that hey, there's this company, it does this, they require what you have been learning so far. She told us, she's like a lot more detailed about the requirements and the standards that the company expects. And she said, this is a Google form. If you would like to apply for this internship, just put in your resumes. That was it. Now, I was sitting at the back of this class and it was an elective, right? About 30 people had taken it up out of my batch of 240 people total. Respectfully, when I heard everything that was being said, I thought to myself, if it is based on technical skill, if it is based on my resume, I'm beating every single one of them to the position. I was pretty confident about myself, about my skill set, about my work done so far. I was like, yeah, fine, fair enough, I'll apply. So I put in my resume and that was it. That was it for me, right? About a week went by. I got to know from a friend of mine. I was oblivious to the entire process of this company. A friend of mine calls me up in the evening and tells me that, bro, you have been selected. You have an interview in like a week or something. Like, congratulations, this is that and the other. And I was like, hold on, when did the results come out in the first place? So yeah, I got selected. I was shortlisted for an on-site interview at their office, which was in Hinjewadi, Pune. Hinjewadi Phase 1, right? I had a week for the interview to prepare. And I got to work. Got out my notes, got out my documents that I had prepared. As I was learning things on my laptop, I got my projects, polished everything, tried to find loopholes in my resume. This, that, and the other. Pretty good, right? Uh, the day before the interview, it was about the night time, 12:30 p.m. or 12:30 a.m. in the night. Power cuts off at my place of residence, right? I could not really revise since my laptop was about 10-20% of charge. So I start panicking. Well, what do? I have an interview tomorrow, this, that, and the other. I called up a junior of mine to ask him that there might be a chance that he might have power at his home. He says, "Yeah, we have power. Get your stuff down to my room, sit here and study." I was like, "Fine, I'm rushing. It's about 1:30 a.m. in the night." I get to his home at 2 a.m. in the morning. He had like set up everything, cleared the table, got me a chair, gave me the Wi-Fi password, everything, and yeah, he was a big help for me. And I get to his home at 2 a.m. in the night. I rip open about 8 packets of Nescafe, put all of it into one small cup, make a really concentrated mixture, a shot. I drink the whole shot and I just sat there and revised everything. Keep in mind, 7 a.m., like 5 hours later, I have to leave, in order to travel to the office. So that was fun. You should always do that. Stay up the whole night, stressing over everything. I was a sixth semester student, guys. This was my second interview. I had failed my first interview. That's another story, another video, somewhere down the line. But yeah, by the way, if you could not detect the sarcasm in my voice, never do that. Okay, the night before your interview, bro, sleep. Don't make my mistake. Okay, yeah. So I did not sleep a wink throughout the night. Right, the next morning I take the local PMPL bus. I get down to the company's office. I reach fairly, in time. I was there about half an hour, 40 minutes before my interview slot. Cool. I get there, have a bit of water, try and calm myself down, and yeah, we sit in a queue. There were about 12 people who were picked. No, out of I'll get to out of how much. Either ways, 12 people were picked, and I was fifth in line for the interviews. Cool. I wait my turn. They call up my name, and I go into the conference room. Turns out my interview was being taken, or at least the first round was being taken by the reporting manager of the team that I was supposed to work within. Right. It was a fairly straightforward interview. The first round was to test my logical capabilities and my theoretical knowledge. They basically wanted to see if I really knew everything that I have written on my resume. And when I say they dissected my resume, they did exactly that. There was not a single bullet point that I had written on my resume that was not asked in that interview. They asked me every single thing. So my skill set and all the work that I've done can be broadly categorized into 6 talking points, I should rather say. I have, as you know, arranged my resume accordingly as well. The 6 points are embedded C, data structures and algorithms, object-oriented programming, analog and digital electronics, operating systems and computer architecture, and finally bit of real-time operating systems, since that was a class I was taking, and you know how it goes, right? So they asked me every single thing that's related to all these 6 topics, everything that I've written. They gave me a couple situations, that were related to, if I remember correctly, it was an industrial scenario, and I had to design a alerting system using any communication protocol of my choice. I chose something called as CAN. I gave them my reasons behind it. I quickly, wrote the algorithm or the flow of how will I, arrange my CAN packet, how will I, get the alert out, how will I read the alert, everything. And yeah, the interview proceeded that way. They asked me why did I choose CAN. Well, what's the reason behind the structuring of the packet? Then they said, fine, we need 3 different types of alerts, and then we need a priority based system on these alerts as well. How will you do that? The answer was, I can use interrupts, and I can give various priorities to various interrupts for every single alert. So let's say there is alert A, B, C. I have assigned interrupt 123 to alert ABC, and then I can set priorities for interrupt 123 onto the final microcontroller that I'm reading the interrupts on, or reading the alerts on, I should rather say. So that was the way that I walked through their entire situation, and yeah, they were pretty impressed. I did make the classic rookie mistake of writing something on your resume and not revising it. So it was a question regarding physical logic design. I believe it was something related to clocks and clock gating, right? They asked me a question regarding clocks and clock gating, since I'd written proficient in physical logic design as well. The thing is, I had taken one class regarding VLSI. It was an introduction to VLSI in my fourth semester, I believe. And I had put it in my resume, and I had just completely forgotten that it actually was on my resume. So I admit it, I had the bravery or the stupidity to admit that, hey, it is on my resume, but I am not in touch with it. The only reason that it is on my resume is because I had taken a class about it. The interviewer cracked a smile at my stupidity or at my bravery, and he said, "Fine, we understand. Where have you fucked up essentially, and we'll just take it in a stride and move on with the interview." Yeah, the whole interview lasted about an hour and 40 minutes. 100 minutes all in all. And the funny thing about this round is, I was the fifth guy to go in, right? And when I come back, one of my friend says, "Dude, you went in before all of us, and now that you're coming out, all of us are done with our first round interviews, and you're the last one to come out. What the hell were you doing for so long in that interview room?" And that's when I knew, like, look, they have invested so much time behind me. Maybe they really liked the way I talked, or the level of technical proficiency that I'm displaying in the interview. That's why it went so long, and I was pretty confident that fine, I have got through this. Also, yeah, one thing that I forgot to mention, when I got there, at the office, turns out it was the 12 people who have been selected. Yeah, it was not just third year students. It was third year, final year, MTech first year, and MTech second year students. So I believe there were about 100-ish applications that the company received from the college. It was an assortment of third year kids, fourth year kids, MTech first year kids, and MTech second year kids. I was a third year kid, by the way. So that did give me a lot of confidence and a bit of an ego boost that, I have beaten out some master's kids as well, and some final year students as well, to, get shortlisted for the interview. Something I thought I would mention anyways. The HR then comes out once everyone was done with their first round, and they say, "Fine, wait for a couple minutes. We'll let you know who is qualified for the next round and who can go home." 5 people were left for the second round. The second round was depending on whether you are skilled in embedded hardware or in embedded software, right? On what side of the embedded spectrum do you essentially lie? I was on the embedded software side, so a couple people from the software team were assigned to take my further interviews. They were like really experienced. One of them was around 18-ish years in the industry. So, really proficient guys, and they asked me every single thing that's related to embedded C, related to computer architecture, related to microcontrollers, microprocessors. It ranged from like the very basic bit manipulation. How do you set a bit? How do you clear a bit? How do you toggle a bit? It went on to pointers. It went on to dereferencing of pointers, and how do you create double pointers or maybe a triple pointer. It went on to object-oriented programming. It went on to like what is polymorphism, what is encapsulation, how do you use that in embedded software. Give an example of you encountering some sort of abstraction while working with embedded software. The example that I gave was the Arduino programming language. If you have ever digged deeper into it, it is nothing but abstractions and CPP, nothing else. It's one of the cooler examples of how can object-oriented programming be used in embedded software. Maybe I'll make another video about that. That was pretty cool. Then it went on to DSA, arrays. How do you deal with arrays? How do you use arrays in actual embedded software? They asked me, have I ever used an array? Like, why did I choose an array? What was the was there a better method? Could I have used something apart from an array? It went on to a bit of linked list, but went on to stack and queue. It went on to memory management, heap memory management, stack memory, what's the difference between those two, what are scope limiters, what is extern, what is no the storage classes or storage specifiers in C. So yeah, a whole lot of low level stuff. It's like they kept on asking, I kept on answering. The second round lasted about hour and 30 minutes as well. Yeah, 90 minutes for the second round. The last 30 minutes of the second round was me asking them questions instead of them asking me. So I was comfortable enough with those interviewers and a bit shameless as well, that I started asking questions to them about their job. Like, what do you do in this company? What's your job? What does the team do? What will I do in the team if I'm picked as an intern? What will be my roles and responsibilities? I was even shameless enough to ask the interviewer that what will be my stipend for the internship. He said, dude, just ask the HR. That's not for something for him to answer, which is fair enough. Yeah. And that's how the second round concluded. Once both the rounds were done, we were asked to go home, and the HR said that they will communicate within a day or two. Fair enough. I got a call from them within a couple of days that I have cleared the technical rounds. There was a HR round, which was a bit more of a personality thing. Like the HR basically wanted to get my answer to a single question: how long will I stay with the company? And a funny thing actually, the HR said the internship will be 6 months long, and it was me who asked them that, hey, I know that you guys give out 12 months of internships as well. Is there any possibility that I can get a 12-month internship as well? The HR asked me what's my reason behind it. I justified it by saying, in a big MnC, it takes a couple months for me to truly understand what the company does and the entire inner workings of the product, and to truly get a grasp of all the things. So a 6-month period will be very tight for me to show the full range of my skill set and to contribute to something positive, which is why I'm asking for a 12-month internship. Why? Because the goal that I have during my internship is to get a full-time offer at this company itself. So the HR, I believe, was quite impressed by my answer, and yeah, she did offer me a 12-month long internship. Another reason for me asking for 12 months, which I did not tell to my HR, which I'm telling to you guys, is because I did not want to go to college my final year. I was fed up with my college life, but that's another video anyways. Yeah, it did take a month. Once the HR discussion happened, I did find out that I got the internship. Fun fact, I was the second guy in my batch, I believe, to get a paid internship. The first guy was another teammate of mine from my college's robotics team. He's an amazing person. He's one of the most versatile guys when it comes to embedded systems. He can do both hardware and software as well. Maybe I'll get him down for a conversation. That will be another future video on the channel. No promises though. But yeah, this has been a pretty long video. The next one that I post will most likely be about my experience during my 12 months of internship. So if that's something that you would be interested to hear, do subscribe, I suppose. I'm not a YouTuber. I don't know how to do intros and outros. If you found anything that was valuable to you, or if you've simply made it till this part of my rant and my rambling, on this little corner of the internet, please just drop a comment. Let me know that you actually made it to this point in this video. And yeah, I believe that would be it. Hey, see you in the next one.